The largest gaming company in the world doesn't make games. Nope, they just own everyone else who does. Meet Tencent, the shadowy overlord of the gaming industry. This is a story of how a Chinese tech giant went from making knockoff messaging apps to owning your favorite games without you even knowing it. Let's break it down. Flashback to 1998. Ma Huateng, aka Pony Ma, and Zhang Zedong, two Chinese entrepreneurs, decided to dip their toes into the internet boom. Their first product? A messaging app called QQ. And by messaging app, I mean a blatant clone of ICQ, the chat platform that ruled the late 90s. Think of QQ as MSN Messenger for China. Simple, reliable, and just what the rapidly growing internet-savvy Chinese population needed at that time. Plus, who could resist that adorable penguin mascot? It wasn't just a chat app, it was the chat app. But here's the kicker. Tencent was so broke in the early days that they couldn't even afford server fees. They had to beg ISPs to host QQ traffic. Pony Ma even thought about selling the company for $60,000 to keep it afloat, but nobody was interested. Then the internet explosion in China happened. By the year 2000, QQ had over 50 million registered users, and it was growing like wildfire. Tencent quickly pivoted to monetizing the platform, introducing premium features like custom avatars, virtual gifts, and even games within the chat app. They slapped those everywhere. This wasn't just a messaging app anymore. It was becoming its own ecosystem. Tencent was laying the groundwork for what would later become its empire. A mix of digital services that keep users hooked and paying. But QQ was just the beginning. Fast forward to 2011 and Tencent launched WeChat. If QQ was Tencent's baby, WeChat was its genius child. This wasn't just a messaging app, it was a super app. Messaging, payments, shopping, gaming, you name it. WeChat did it. Imagine WhatsApp, PayPal, Amazon, Uber, and TikTok roll into one app. And of course, Tencent took its control to the next level. WeChat revolutionized how people in China interacted with technology. You could send a message, order food, hail a taxi, split a dinner bill, and even schedule a doctor's appointment, all without leaving the app. By 2020, WeChat had over 1.3 billion active users, generating massive ad revenue, transaction fees, and let's not forget, an insane amount of data. This app wasn't just a tech innovation, it became the backbone of daily life in China. And guess what? It's where Tencent accumulated most of its wealth before venturing into gaming. Because when you're already controlling how people talk, shop, and pay, why not dominate how they play too? Now let's talk gaming. Back in the early 2000s, Tencent spotted a goldmine: online games, which is relatively new at that time. But building games from scratch, they don't want to engage into something that is too risky or too time consuming. They felt that it was better to buy a pre-existing winner in the industry. In 2004, Tencent took baby steps into gaming by launching its own casual games platform, QQ Games. This was simple multiplayer games tied to the popular messaging app QQ. Think card games, puzzles, and even a dancing simulator. But the real breakthrough came in 2008 when they invested in Riot Games, the studio that would soon create League of Legends, arguably one of the most successful esports titles in history. By 2011, they didn't just invest, they owned Riot Games outright for $400 million. Why stop there? Tencent became the gaming world's equivalent of Thanos. In 2012, they acquired a major stake in Epic Games. Yep, the Fortnite people. Fast forward to 2016 and they own Supercell, the creators of Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, for a whopping $8.6 billion. Tencent's strategy was simple. Don't reinvent the wheel, just buy the wheel, polish them up and sell them globally. Instead of focusing on development, Tencent became the ultimate enabler, letting creative studios do their thing while raking in billions. Today, Tencent isn't just in gaming, they dominate it. Their secret sauce? A mix of acquisitions, publishing deals, and sheer financial muscle. Here's the kicker. Tencent doesn't just invest, they enable. Riot Games, they stayed independent. Epic Games, same deal. Tencent let the studios do their thing while they focus on distribution and monetization. Oh, and let's not forget mobile gaming. Tencent's Honor of Kings and PUBG Mobile rake in billions annually, dominate the world's fastest growing gaming market. But Tencent is more than just gaming. They're like a digital Swiss Army knife with a blade for everything. Think WeChat Pay for payments, Tencent Cloud for computing, Tencent AI Lab for machine learning, and yes, even Hollywood investments. If you need a tech solution, Tencent probably has a division for it. And speaking of tech empires, Tencent Cloud is giving competitors like AWS and Google Cloud a run for their money in Asia. Their cloud services powers everything from video streaming to gaming streaming servers, and even government systems. That's right, Tencent doesn't just run your games, they might also host your company's database. But wait, there's more. Tencent is diving deep into AI, with projects like self-driving cars, facial recognition, and language processing. Their AI lab has even developed tools to optimize game design and player engagement. So when you're wondering why you can't stop playing Clash Royale, blame Tencent's AI. And then there's Hollywood. Tencent Pictures has co-produced blockbusters like Wonder Woman and Venom, while also investing in companies like Universal Music Group. Yep, Tencent even has its hands on the global entertainment industry. But of course, with great power comes even greater controversies. They've been accused of censorship thanks to their close ties with the Chinese government. Critics say Tencent enforces government policies on their platforms, restricting free speech. And let's not forget the data privacy concerns. With so much users' data flowing through WeChat, skeptics worry about surveillance and misuse. And if that wasn't enough, Tencent's rapid growth has triggered international scrutiny. In 2020, the US government flagged WeChat as a potential security threat. But let's be real, when you are raking in billions annually, public approval starts to feel optional. Here's the thing. Tencent's gaming dominance isn't just about throwing money around, it's about building an empire. They've mastered the art of acquisition, the partnership, and the publishing deal. Take mobile gaming for example. Tencent didn't just capitalize on the mobile boom, they turbocharged it. Their homegrown games like Honor of Kings, also known as Arena of Valor, became cultural phenomena in China and beyond. It's so popular that people call it the mobile Leagues of Legends. Then there's PUBG Mobile, which Tencent co-developed after acquiring the rights from PUBG Corporation. This game alone has hundreds of millions of players worldwide and generates billions annually. But Tencent doesn't stop at making games. They also publish games for other developers. Games like Call of Duty Mobile, that's Tencent's handiwork. By 2020, they were publishing 40% of the top grossing mobile games globally. And what about PC and console? Tencent owns or invests in companies like Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, and even smaller indie darlings like Do Not Entertainment. It's a spiderweb of influence spanning the globe. Tencent provides the infrastructure and distribution channels while studios focus on creativity. And that, my friends, is how Tencent became the overlord of gaming without even picking up a controller. The next time you're grinding for that battle pass, remember, you're probably playing in Tencent Sandbox.